Wanderers put Arsenal out of the FA Cup this time last season. 1-0 win, thanks to a goal from Stelios. Let's see how they'll play it tonight. It is a Bolton team missing two of its stronger characters. No Kevin Davis or Abdoulaye Faye due to injury, and no Nicky Hunt now either. The right back has fallen foul of a virus. Into the side in his place is Ivan Campo, who missed out on Sunday's win over Fulham, suffering from a similar bug. Abdoulaye Meite and Gary Speed were doubts, but both have been past fit. For Arsenal, Thierry Henry takes a cooling-off break after getting all steamed up against Wigan at the weekend. Emmanuel Adebayor comes in, and there are four other changes. Abu Diaby, Danielson and the fit-again Alexander Kleb all get games. It's thought that Gilberto will drop into defence, where he finished on Sunday. And as ever these days in the domestic cups, it's Manuel Almunia in goal. Sam Allardyce has taken up his customary starting position in the stands. If all is not going well, he will be down by pitch side early on in the first half. Well, alongside me in the commentary box is Mark Lawrenson. Mark, 5 Arsenal changes tonight. Are you surprised by that number?
No, I'm not surprised by that number at all, Guy. And I think when Arsenal look at this game tonight, and they know exactly what sort of reception they will get from Bolton. But Arsene Wenger won't change, will he? He won't change his footballing principles, stroke beliefs. He will want his team to get the ball down and try and play. And I think the lads in the studio summed it up absolutely correctly. Is the first 20 minutes here, you have to deal with Bolton. They'll be physical, they'll be right up against you, and they will really just search for weaknesses. And I can't see this game being any different to that.
Alan Hansen was saying that he believes in the theory that sides do have bogey sides to play against. Do you go with that? Yeah,
I do, and I do think that Arsenal, in a little way, they sort of wind themselves up when they come here, and you can normally see in the league game here, their body language wasn't particularly good. I think a big loss though for Bolton tonight is Davis. I think generally Arsenal have a real problem dealing with Kevin Davis, and Elk is a different kind of player, as you know. For Davis, really far more physical.
Arsene Wenger, who celebrated his 200th home win as Arsenal manager at the weekend, they left it late and caused their supporters a few scares against Wigan Athletic. But they come to Bolton tonight on their best run of the season, Arsenal, 10 games unbeaten in all competitions. There's a nice sporting start between the skippers anyway. Kevin Nolan and Gilberto leads Arsenal tonight. And the referee is Chris Foy, has taken charge of a shock this season. He was the referee for the third round game between Nottingham Forest and Charlton. I guess whoever wins tonight, we can't really describe it as an upset. So the winners will face Blackburn Rovers on Saturday, live on BBC One in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Will those pictures be brought to you from here at the Reebok Stadium or down at the Emirates? Arsenal 10 times FA Cup winners, Bolton 4 times winners. And these two sides continue on the road to Wembley, with Bolton the first ever FA Cup winners at the old Wembley. Maybe some of the magic of this competition that seems lost at times these days is going to work for them this year. Arsenal, of course, have other ideas as they bid to stay involved in everything they started in this season. It is Arsenal in their change strip of yellow shirts and get the action underway. Immediately El Hadj Diouf is trying to close down Johan Djourou, who's given it away. Flip back towards Kevin Nolan, who's got himself into the box and goes down and asks for a penalty too. Half asks. Bolton continue to press. That's Andranik. Cross from Diouf, met by Toure. Really bright start from Bolton, but Gary Speed now has conceded a free kick.
Just as you would expect, literally from the first whistle.
Nolan was just asking, claiming that his feet were taken from underneath him as he shaped to shoot. Seemed to change his mind mid-appeal.
I think so.
Diouf getting the customary greeting from the visiting supporters. His cross is a comfortable bit of fielding for Manuel Almunia, who's now played in 15 FA and Carling Cup games in a row for Arsenal. This is Rosicki. And it's taken up for Bolton by Ivan Campo. He was trying to just touch it out to Anelka, who wasn't on the same wavelength.
I think from Arsenal's point of view as well, Guy, while they are under a little bit of pressure, I think Julio Baptista will just drop off really and be the link between the midfield four and Adebayor.
Emmanuel Adebayor made his FA Cup debut in the first tie between these two teams. 1-1 it finished, remember, down at the Emirates Stadium. Kevin Nolan put Bolton in front. Kolo Toure equalised. There's Joru getting it away to Kleb, who's been forced to carry it out of play under pressure from Ricardo Gardner. El Hadj Diouf. Kleb has managed to keep it in. Baptista. Touch back to Danielson, and now Rosicki. Opening up for Arsenal down the right-hand side and down the centre, but just too much weight on the ball for Adebayor.
Just the archetypal Arsenal break, wasn't it? Just overhit the pass, basically, but so quickness of movement and quickness of thought.
Arsenal unbeaten in 2007, 1-7 drawn 3, scored in every one of those games. There's Kolo Toure, keeping tabs on Nicolas Anelka.
It sounded like it was a big shout for handball there from the crowd over on the far side, the Bolton crowd.
Yeah, it came just from the stands, didn't it? Anelka wasn't bothered about asking. Here's Danielson. Nicolas Anelka just has that habit, doesn't he, of upsetting his former clubs. 2 goals against Arsenal here in the Premiership this season, 2 goals at Manchester City as well.
You could say the same about El Hadj Diouf, though.
How do you mean upsetting? It's Kolo Toure. Now Kleb is to turn away from the challenge of Gardner. It was a great ball too for Julio Baptista. Now Adebayor tricked his way almost through. Dribbles into the safety zone for UC Jääskeläinen. Arsene Wenger feeling the chill of a bitter Bolton night. It's not that bad, but I guess it is when you're getting on in years. There's Mete. Back with Jääskeläinen. Stelios climbing on the shoulders of Rosicki, couldn't help it onto a Bolton teammate. Diaby. Managed to hold off the challenge of Andranik, the Iranian in the Bolton midfield. Diaby. Adebayor. Challenged well by Mete, but Arsenal keep possession. Julio Baptista finds Rosicki. Scored his first goal in the Premiership. That winner against Wigan, and he's looking to get through and score here, but Jääskeläinen saw him coming.
It's great interplay as well between the two players, wasn't it? Just again, a pass over hit that you can see both players all the time thinking about this. A little give and go on both occasions, wasn't it?
Just so crisp, the Arsenal passing and moving. Doesn't seem to matter who comes into the side, they all know exactly the job to do.
Absolutely. And
they can all do it. Kleb has such quick feet. Tal Ben Haim got it back for Bolton and didn't appreciate the little shove in the back from Diaby. Well, there's the boot on the other foot. Flags up here against Adebayor.
It's quite a high line as well. Bolton are operating at the moment. Campo, Tal Ben Haim and Mete and Gardner. It's just a little bit dangerous for me so early in the game. You see
Jääskeläinen launches, but lost his footing at the same time. Nolan. Mete. Knocked on towards Anelka by Stelios and thumped clear by Kolo Toure back there. Now Danielson, given away, straight to Gary Speed. Little clip right, doesn't have enough on it to find Diouf. Clichy got in the way for Arsenal. Julio Baptista. He's got a free kick. Now with him in the side and Abou Diaby having returned to fitness and in the heart of the Arsenal midfield, there is a little bit more physicality about Arsenal for this test against Bolton.
Yeah, most definitely. Adebayor as well, he's big and strong, isn't he?
Pretty quick and skillful too. Kleb managed to get past Stelios. Diaby. This is Rosicki. Thought about the shot, still thinking about it, and just pulls it wide.
Well, some great movement off the ball as well here when Rosicki takes possession of it, and eventually the thing opens up for him. You see that two Arsenal players running straight away, taking defenders inside. Nolan should really have hit the target.
The little Mozart, as he was known during his days at Borussia Dortmund, waltzing his way through the Bolton defence. Gilberto. Diaby, neatly done. Back came Andranik to challenge him. Ivan Campo. Diouf goes to ground, pretty theatrically. Was caught, though, by Clichy.
I think this is Arsenal's first real test here. I'd imagine that Bolton will load the penalty area and see what becomes of this. There's a foul, there's no doubt about it. Nice throw yourself in the air as well, man.
Games without a goal, Diouf, but he does seem to particularly relish the big stage. Headed away by Julio Baptista and then second time by Joru. This is Ben Haim. Good spot to see Gary Speed taking up some space. Now Ricardo Gardner. Stelios. Kevin Nolan is in the penalty area. He's the target, but he was offside as Toure beat him in the air anyway.
And he was the only one in there as well. Al-Hadj Diouf was trying to get in the penalty area, but in the end, I think Nolan against 3 or 4 yellow-shirted Arsenal defenders.
Spoken out against his missing out on an England call-up for the Spain friendly last week. I should think he was better off out of it. Got a claim though, hasn't he, Mark?
Oh, it's definitely got a claim, a large claim.
Ben Haim, back to Yaskalan and Just. See Yaskalainen, the only survivor in the Bolton side from the last time they got as far as the semi-finals. Played Aston Villa in 2000. I remember Dean Holdsworth's glaring miss. Something that Sam Allardyce says still haunts him. Villa went on to win on penalties. That was the last FA Cup final replayed at the old Wembley. Diaby. Andranik. A little look towards the referee. Chris Foy in charge wasn't having any of it.
I think it was a foul.
Given away by Joru. Stelios finds Gardner. Ricardo Gardner tries to get into full flight. It's a great ball for Anelka. Controlled it pretty well too. Diouf behind him. Options inside. Kevin Nolan one of them. Nolan with a chance to shoot. And he's straight at Almunia. Didn't catch it quite as he would have liked.
No, that's what he does well though. Just engineered himself half a yard, edge of the penalty area. Made the goalkeeper work.
To Diaby. And Diaby, having lost possession to Andranik, then did lunge in. Abou Diaby has had a long time out injured. There's Andranik for Bolton. You might remember him as Andranik Teymourian. Played for Iran at the World Cup. But Andranik is how he's registered in England and told us before the match that's how he wants to be known in this country. So we shall oblige. He's having a busy night, went in for the challenge there. So did Gardner. Ante tried to touch it back to Al-Hadj Diouf unsuccessfully. The This is Julio Baptista, dispossessed by Ben Haid. Bolton are going about their usual no-nonsense kind of business. Shaping up to be a pretty good game, this.
No, it is. They're just so fully committed, Bolton, aren't they? And they make tackles, is the difference, isn't there?
Big Sam looks pretty relaxed about it all right now. Gilberto. Campo. Coolly off the chest, back to his goalkeeper. 33 next week, Ivan Campo. Seems to have been around a long time, that's for sure.
He don't play for Real Madrid all those years and not be a good player in any position, basically.
It's his 5th season in England now. Club manages to hold off Anelka and Juve and Van der Nielsen and be on hand for the return. Nielsen will race to get to that ball first. Adebayor. Here's the young Brazilian Denilson again. Rosicky. Here's Adebayor. Arsenal lead 1-0. Emmanuel Adebayor breaks the deadlock at the Reebok. Arsenal have never lost when he has scored.
Well, there's an element of fortune about the goal. I mean, there's a large element also of very good play from Arsenal, but I think when Adebayor strikes him and the ball starts and the move starts so deep in their own half, and they're brilliant at the way they can just keep the football at pace all the time, minimum amount of touches, great feet there by Denilson, and once they get it on the edge of the penalty area they start to work things, and I just think this ball as it comes in here to Adebayor just hits Stelios and takes it over the goalkeeper.
It did look like a significant deflection, and is. No chance Jääskeläinen. Will take that goal away from the Togo international, though. Very speed, just with a little snapshot there.
Well, gated against Stelios. Deflection at both ends now. Yeah, this is the deflection. Just took it up and over Jääskeläinen.
Might have been going in the other corner. He's a very happy Arsenal manager.
Maybe he knows the stat.
I'm sure he does. Technology, pro zone, the lot, it's all logged. Premiership this season, Arsenal are unbeaten when they've taken the lead. They're also pretty good at coming back when they're behind, as Wigan were the latest team to find out at the Emirates at the weekend. Here's Kevin Nolan. How are Bolton at rousing themselves when in a losing position? Plenty of fight about him, that's for sure. Out to Clichy. Arsenal playing some neat football tonight. When do they not? Rosicky. Diaby. Joru just holds on to give himself time and options. Diaby lost the ball. Back comes Adebayor to challenge for it. He finds Clichy. Rosicky. Clichy. Great ball in. And that just flick off the head of Julio Baptista. Well, Kleb's trying to keep it in and has managed it. Trying to slot one through to Denilson. Ricardo Gardner cut it out. Stelios. Dranik can't dispossess Denilson. Goes in again, helped out by Rosicky. It's Julio Baptista. Diaby. Now Kleb. Confidence about Arsenal. Real cohesion in a midfield that showed 3 changes to the 4 that started out against Wigan on Sunday.
That's just a minimum amount of touches, isn't there? Get the ball, pass it, get yourself another position. There's always somebody available if you're the man on the ball to pass to. It's very, very good indeed.
Like the look of the 18-year-old Brazilian Denilson too. Bolton like the look of this move forward. It's Stelios. Juve on the outside. Trying to return the ball to Stelios. All got a little too intricate. Rosicki takes it away from Campo. Adebayor. Showing how quick he is now too. Seen all sides of his game tonight already.
I think going back to the Bolton move before, Guy, I think the ball on was early. Stelios playing Anelka through. If he'd have played it early, he could just be in behind the defender. Anelka was definitely through. The longer he waited and waited, Anelka just then couldn't get another position because he'd run into an offside position. I think Anelka's just had a word with him before about it as well.
Could he have gone himself, Stelios?
Well, that was the other. But I think at first he did think of playing Anelka in. He just didn't think he could get it through to him. The longer he delayed, then obviously the chance dissipated.
Just wonder if there was a bit of a confidence problem with the Greek international. He hasn't scored this season, which is remarkable. He was Bolton's top scorer in the last campaign. This is Kleb. Joru did really well to get past Stelios there. Now Danielson. Rosicki. Opening up for him. Julio Baptista trying to hold off Mete. Did well to force him wide. Did even better to dispossess him. Stelios. Juve. Couldn't get past the second challenge.
No, you're just seeing the difference that Bolton looked to break and there's only Anelka up front. They can't really get bodies forward quickly enough, Bolton.
Here's Clichy. Rosicki. Diaby was calling for it on the edge of the box, and the midfielder is still there or thereabouts. Arsenal looks so comfortable at keeping the ball. Don't mind where on the field they put it next either.
That's never a problem, is it, for any of them?
Diaby. Danielson. And Diaby gets past the outstretched leg of Stelios. Adebayor won't quite get there ahead of Mete. Escalainen away, up towards Anelka. Torres dealt with him. Diaby. Kleb. Gardner with a clumsy-looking challenge from behind. Didn't put Kleb off balance or force him to concede possession. Diaby. First bad ball of the night, really, from an Arsenal player. Juve has got around Rosicki. Where to next? He hasn't even won the corner.
He never even for a moment looked up to see where the likes of Anelka and Stelios and Nolan, etc. were.
Good defending from Clichy. Kept with his man. Campo out of the gloom. And into the box with a throw. Testing one for the Arsenal defence. Rosicki takes no chances at all with the clearing job. Arsene Wenger has won 4 FA Cups and reached 5 FA Cup finals during his tenure as Arsenal manager. Still there, as strong as ever. They want to win everything. Dranik Tamorian with the Bolton Wanderers throw. It's Joru who headed away, and then a little bit more acrobatic from Rosicki. Ben Haim. Back with Escalainen. And Bolton try and start again with Ricardo Gardner. Speed. Anelka. was prevented from getting onto any return. And couldn't get himself in a position to receive the ball from Anelka later either. Anelka's got it back somehow. Weaved his way just about into a shooting position, closed down at the last. Trying finds Diouf. Oh, great work from El Hadj Diouf. Then Clichy went clashing into him. Free kick Bolton.
Did extremely well because he was faced with Rosicki as well, the two of them at one stage.
Diouf has made his way into the middle. Campo up there too. Here's Kevin Nolan, the ball just bounced awkwardly away from him.
That's the two free kicks that Bolton have had from that side and not dissimilar positions have been poor by their generally high standards.
Diouf trying the flick and run past Clichy, who was well aware of what he was trying to do. Nice bit of sportsmanship between the pair before Clichy then ratted on his newfound mate. What are your thoughts on El Hadj Diouf, Mark? He's a funny footballer, so full of talent, but capable of infuriating so often.
Yeah, but I think, remember, the opposition is a nuisance, isn't he? And somebody you have to deal with, obviously.
Gardner ran into the challenge of Kleb. Possession given away too easily. Julio Baptista, did he take the wrong option there?
Most definitely.
And Kleb running to the right. Kleb's still got his head in his hands as Bolton break away. Not for long, though.
You see, that's Bolton's problem, guys, but they sort of had 5 men across midfield, just Anelka up front, and unless the pass to him is perfect, the move more often than not breaks down.
Up goes Stelios. Danielson. Now back with Gilberto. School of thought among some Arsenal fans that he makes a better captain than Thierry Henry, but you have to whisper that in some quarters. Certainly grown into a very, very good player in the English Premiership. There were quite a few not impressed with Gilberto when he first came over.
Well, I think you're right. The other thing as well, until he was out of the team, one or two people didn't realise how good he was. How much they missed him.
Campo. Escalainen has plenty of time to look downfield and pick out the right ball. Alternatively, just blast it down the middle and hope. Nolan, cut out by Toure. Back with Abdoulaye Meite. Played in all but one game this season. Was a doubt with a calf strain. Just wonder how fit he is. Booked in the first tie between these two teams. Has to watch out tonight. If he picks up another, he'll serve a suspension. Stelios and Kleb got themselves in a tangle that's resulted in an Arsenal free kick. Legs all over the place, and then a rugby challenge to finish. Diaby. Danielson. And Gilberto. Julio Baptista is tackled unceremoniously by Gary Speed. There's Tal Ben Haim. Meite. It's going to drift out of play for an Arsenal throw. Arsenal have welcomed back Freddie Ljungberg into their squad for tonight. Out since mid-December with a hamstring strain.
He looks ready for the fray, doesn't he?
I think a Swede would be used to chilly temperatures, but Freddie's well wrapped up. Speed plays the 1-2 off Chris Foy, and it didn't work.
Fairness to the referee, it was difficult for him to get out of the way.
Adebayor, Rosicki, Julio Baptista in the centre. Here is the Brazilian. Miss kick.
What a fantastic move yet again as well. And it's acted out at breathtaking pace. It's a great ball in as well from Rosicki. Just look how quick this break is. Timing of the pass is perfect on 2 occasions. That's the first, this is the second.
Has to go down as a bad miss from Julio Baptista.
And he scores in the Carling Cup.
One in the Champions League. Got those 4 goals in that 6-3 Carling Cup win at Liverpool back on the 9th of January. Arsene Wenger actually has been quoted as saying that he knows whether or not he will sign Julio Baptista at the end of his loan deal. Not telling us yet. I presume that means he will. There's Danielson. Comes down, gets a free kick. He's the 3rd Brazilian now in the Arsenal ranks. Midfielder who'll be 19 on Friday. Captains the Brazil under-19 side. And I'm sure you can tell already, he's a very, very good player. Adebayor, misplaced header, speed away. Toure. Danielson. Adebayor wants it, and he's played in. Did he try to finish that or play it in for Julio Baptista?
Well, I can only assume at the way the ball came across the penalty area that he's probably looking for his teammate, because there's no great power on it or weight, was there?
Not at all, but all the clearer cut chances are going to Arsenal. Lead 1-0 thanks to Emmanuel Adebayor's 13th minute goal. With the help of a big deflection off Stelios. Here is Bolton's Greek, finding the Jamaican Gardner. Now Elhaj Diouf. And away comes Danielson for Arsenal, finding Julio Baptista, and then ran into Tal Ben Haim. Clichy. Adebayor did brilliantly to get his foot to the ball first. Didn't do so well to control the return pass from Baptista.
Well, I think it was hit too far in front of him. I was going to say, for once, an Arsenal pass misplaced. Whatever next.
Here's another look at the only goal we've seen so far.
Great feat by Danielson, absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's an element of luck at the end and a couple of ricochets, but the movement and the speed of thought and the passing and everything about it is very difficult to contain.
And they're off again. Alexander Kleb. Julio Baptista. Don't know what happened to Bolton there. Seemed to stand off and just allow the pass to drift across the area.
I don't think they can get anywhere near them, guy. That's the problem.
It's all so precise from Arsenal. This is Stelios. Ivan Campo. Anelka back to Campo. Setting off, trying to get on the end of the return pass. Clichy is pretty quick. This is Gardner. Gary Speed. Elhaj Diouf. Cleared by Gilberto, collected by Kleb. And now Danielson. Could see, before he even got the ball there, he was looking ahead. Seeing what his chances were of playing a downfield pass. It's a good ball from Kleb, but Adebayor has been flagged offside.
Oh, it's tight, that. Very, very, very tight, isn't it?
It always looked as if it was going to be tight too. All smiles towards the assistant referee. I guess you can be when you've scored the only goal so far.
When you're winning 1-0 and playing so well, you can be, certainly. Especially when you think there's lots of chances going to turn up, and the way Arsenal are playing, you wouldn't bet against that.
Arsenal's record when he's scored in a game before tonight, 1-11, drawn 1. Here's Kleb. Now Diaby. Dispossessed. This is Stelios. Just when it looked bright for Bolton, it all seemed to break down. Abu Diaby will be breathing a huge sigh of relief at that. It was his mistake. Danielson has won it back for Arsenal. This is Julio Baptista. Too strong for Adebayor.
Well, again, it was a case for Bolton of... I just think that the early pass to Anelka, they just can't get him in at the moment, can they?
Well, Sam stayed upstairs for now. He's been firing a volley of instructions constantly down to Sammy Lee and co on the bench.
Well, the other thing as well, sometimes, I mean, even the most myopic of supporters, you have to turn around and say, when a team plays so well, as in this instance, certainly Arsenal are, you just got to try and stick with them and until eventually you can impose yourself on them.
Anelka hasn't had a chance to do that. Bolton supporters aren't used to seeing their side lose at home to Arsenal.
All being outplayed.
Mate to speed. And Dranic, and nobody moved for that, apart from Gilberto to clear it. Rosicki. Ivan Campo in strongly. And just asks a question of Ben Haim, which he answers perfectly. He'll be playing against England at the tail end of March, one would presume. Stelios. In goes Nolan. Out goes the ball.
Even Arsene Wenger just had 2 touches on the touchline there.
Yeah, just heard the faint cheers of the Arsenal supporters at that.
Get told off for having 2 rather than 1.
Wasn't a great player, the Arsenal manager, I think. Wasn't it the reserves at Strasbourg about as high as he got? Higher than most of us, mind. Ivan Campo. Present company accepted.
I was just going to say, you're going to tell him that, are you? You weren't a great player.
Put out of play by Mate. Arsene Wenger hasn't sat down yet, but he'll be very pleased with what he's seen from his side.
I think he'll be absolutely delighted. Assuming he's seen it, of course.
Well, he'll be watching this one very closely. Adebayor. Now Danielson. Adebayor. Abu Diaby. This is Rosicki. Clichy. Given away by Kleb. I was just starting to regret not counting the number of passes there. Escalainen away to Ivan Campo, who neatly skips around Alexander Kleb. This now is Tal Ben Haim. Gardner. Anelka's offside. And once the ball had arrived at his feet, up went the flag. It's another tight call. Look at the lines on the pitch. Was he level? He's so quick, it's so difficult to tell.
Well, the other thing as well is that the linesman, or the referee's assistant, has to look at where the pass is coming from when the ball's kicked, and the guy who's run offside, it's almost impossible.
The impossible job. Julio Baptista loses out to Abdoulaye Mete. This is Gary Speed. Ball's gone to Arsenal again. Julio Baptista tries to power his way through. He's got a free kick. Must have been clipped in the referee's eyes.
Yeah, Tel Ben-Aim, I think, just caught him.
I think he acknowledged that too. Yeah, out goes the leg. Didn't get the ball. Chris Foy is just telling the Arsenal players they must wait for the whistle on this one. Well, Henry's not playing. He's the one who usually tries the cheeky quick chip. Escalainen trying to make sure he's got a clear sight. There's some big Bolton lads in that wall. Baptista and Toure are ready to hit one. It's going to be Julio Baptista, and Jääskeläinen puts it over the top. May have been a deflection on that.
There was a deflection. I think he thought about catching it, Jääskeläinen, and then because of the deflection, just decided to take safety first. Definitely got deflected.
Took a bit of the sting off, perhaps, but still dipping underneath that crossbar. Nielsen's corner. Gilberto climbing for it. Climbing, it seems, being the operative word.
Like he fouled Ivan Campo, didn't he?
Well, we know the Arsenal players can pass it around a bit. How about this from the man in charge? 2 touches. Learned that from Henry, or maybe Hoddle.
One too many, telling you. The way they play. Won't be playing Saturday. Stelios on. Toure clear. Up to his Ivory Coast international colleague, Abdoulaye Mete. Kleb. Off Diouf, Arsenal throw. It's no wonder you play with a smile on your face in that Arsenal team, is it?
All looking pretty effortless. I know it's far from that, but they make it look like that. When they're on song, they have, of course, had a few ups and downs this season.
Yes, but I think the record in the Northwest generally has been much improved, hasn't it?
I think they've won 6 of 8 trips if you get Liverpool and Manchester into the whole equation this season. Foul by Diaby. Down went Andranik. Free kick for Bolton. The way it's been going, set pieces might be their best bet tonight.
Yeah, well, they've wasted them so far, haven't they, which is unusual for them, Bolton.
Speed is up there. Campo's gone in there as well. He was just gesturing for Andranik to just hold on. Now put it at pace, but straight into the gloves of Manuel Almunia. Out of his gloves pretty quickly. Nolan looking over his shoulder to see where the ball was. Gilberto. Diaby. Nielsen. Now Gael Clichy. Adebayor let it run. Completely deceived Ivan Campo. This is Nielsen. Flick from Adebayor was a little too much that time. Flag up again against Anelka. Looking this way and that to see who the man in the flag was. Which side of the pitch was he?
I think the puff of the cheeks told it all, wasn't it? Just, they did a split second earlier, he thinks he's in.
He's not playing with a smile on his face tonight.
Quelle surprise.
Diaby. Speed has touched it out. Into the final 5 minutes of the regulation first 45. It's been completely Arsenal so far. Well on top, but only the 1 goal. Bolton trying to pose a threat here with El Hadj Diouf. Went down under the challenge of Gilberto. Free kick is taken to Stelios. Campo, momentum lost. Not that they gained that much. Here's Mate. Have we seen evidence in this first half, Mark, that Sammy Lee and co and Sam Allardyce really are missing Kevin Davies?
Oh, most definitely, and also I do believe in terms of Campo, in terms of the midfield, for the passing element alone.
Ben Haim. This is Anelka. Wants a little help. Still needs it. Stelios, well found by Anelka. Had to hold on and wait for that. Juve. Locked by Clichy out for a throw.
Yeah, probably looking for Arsenal, because all of a sudden there was a real white-shirted presence at the far post for Bolton.
Ivan Campo is winding up to hurl a long throw-in into the Arsenal penalty area. Headed away as far as Andranik. Stelios has blocked it and then hit the bar. This is Mate. Stelios. And it's gone for Bolton now. 3 chances in that. Adebayor. And from that position, Arsenal might get a second. It's Julio Baptista. And he's been well shackled by Tal Ben Haim. And forward come Bolton Wanderers once more. Buoyed up by that little burst of action in the Arsenal box. Should really have been level.
Should have been level, yeah. All from the long throw as well.
Anelka. Charged down by Diaby. It's a bright end to the first half for Bolton. First bright spell of the game. Stelios. This is Julio Baptista. It's fallen to El Hadj Diouf. Andranik. He was the player with the first opportunity. Might well have gone in, but for his teammate blocking the shot. Anelka got past a couple. It's the Bolton supporters asking for a penalty there. They're not finished with this attacking passage of play. Ivan Campo. That's a really good bit of work from the fullback El Clichy for Arsenal. Look at him go now. Adebayor with it. Julio Baptista taking a central route to goal. And the ball flicks off the head of Nolan and is cleared to safety. Bolton have sparked into life as we approach the interval.
Well, I think the last 3 minutes, Guy, will be the basis of Sam Allardyce half-time team talk, which was be, you know, we can create chances against this team. You've got to remain positive.
And as you said, Mark, came from a long throw from Ivan Campo. Get back to the Bolton way, maybe.
Well, when you consider that Arsenal generally have completely dominated the half and should be maybe another goal in front, and then all of a sudden that burst of activity from Bolton can just prove to themselves they can be level in this game.
Joru to Baptista. Kleb. It's a wonderful tackle from Ben Haim. Now Juve. Andranik was waiting for the ball to come to him. In went Kleb. Baptista ran into Gardner. Danielson. I'm sure you heard that loud and clear. Just the minimum 1 additional minute to be added. We're into that minute now. Rosicki. Diaby. Kleb. Lovely first touch. Baptista. Campo and Ben Haim stopped him. Danielson. Nolan. Now Ivan Campo. Arms outstretched.
Well, there's nothing to hit. There was nobody forward at that moment, so he literally had to keep the ball.
This is Anelka. Juve. And time has run out as far as Bolton Wanderers' chances of getting an equaliser before half-time are concerned. Emmanuel Adebayor scored in the 13th minute. The only goal we've seen so far the one that separates the two teams at the interval. But how close were Bolton just before half-time? And Dranik, Stelios and Mete all went close at the interval. It is Bolton Wanderers 0 and Arsenal 1. Thanks, Gary. All set for the second half. Arsenal fans in celebratory mood already, it would seem. And a warm welcome to viewers of BBC Scotland who've joined us for the second half, having enjoyed, is that the right word if you're a Rangers supporter? Rangers 2-1 defeat in Tel Aviv this evening. Running across the bottom of your screen are the lineups at the start of the second half. I can tell you that neither side has made a half-time substitution. So it's Bolton Wanderers to get the action restarted. El Hadj Diouf was doing his bit to gee up the crowd. Sam Allardyce, Sammy Lee and co having done their bit in the dressing room. Well, Bolton did threaten in the early stages, the opening couple of minutes of the first half. Are they going to go at it all gung-ho again? Back with Ivan Campo. Gary Speed seemed to be just struggling a little bit in the first half. He picked up a dead leg at the weekend. He's won a free kick here.
Yeah, the fitness test this morning. I saw him before the game and he said he was okay.
37 years young, the Welshman now. Still going strong. Ben Haim in. And it's gone all the way through to Almunia, who has to make the save. Kleber's carried the ball out.
It came off, I think, an Arsenal player had the last touch to that as well, Guy.
Looked like it did, yeah. Bolton supporters were just getting a little bit excited about the way Almunia brought down a Bolton player too. In the first instance, it's a good save from the Arsenal keeper, who's been underemployed in this game.
Well, it's a deep ball in as well, and Almunia, I think it's Diaby, isn't it? That's the last touch. It's a good save by Almunia. I don't think it's a penalty at all.
No, just a collision. Almunia, the cup keeper.
You'd say cup, didn't you?
I did. Here's Kleb. Cleared by Ben Haim. Knocked on by Diouf, and Elka giving chase, and he's got the better of Kolo Touré here. White shirts arriving at a pace and in number. And Stelios didn't have enough on the knockback for Kevin Nolan.
No, it's a good idea, he just couldn't get any power on the header.
Given away. Here's Speed. Clichy nods down to Rosicki and sets off on a supporting run down the left. He's completely ignored though as the ball switches the other direction. Kleb. Julio Baptista hanging back to try and time his run. He's got through a couple of challenges, then went down as if tripped. Can't believe he hasn't got a free kick on the edge of the box. Chris Foy was in a perfect position to see exactly what happened. Lively start to the second half. Ricardo Gardner. Speed. Ben Haim. Out of play. Bolton throw. Could it have been so much more for Bolton Wanderers? They really have come out of the traps at the start of this second half. Sam Allardyce has certainly instilled fresh belief into his players. I think that little flurry of action in the final 5 minutes of the first half will have helped. Here's El Hadj Diouf. Getting away from Joru. Joru is there with the recovery tackle. Adebayor, Danielson, Kleb. Danielson managed to hold off Speed, but not Gardner. Anelka. Stelios, onside. And he has support too, but couldn't find his teammate. And just look at the reaction.
Well, this is just his touch, isn't it? It's a great ball played in. He's just onside when the ball's played, and once he decides to cut inside, that little touch there is a waste.
And here's Julio Baptista running through. Ricardo Gardner is able to clear from one end to the other in double quick time.
Well, that's Arsenal, isn't it?
Tal Ben Haim was still up at the other end of the field, absolutely furious that he didn't get the ball from Stelios. He was out of position. Through went Arsenal. Just enough Bolton bodies back there to deal with the cutback from Baptista, who's got the ball again.
Stelios just seemed to change his mind, didn't he? He decided initially, I'll cut inside. I'm sure he saw Tal Ben Haim, and then for some reason, he just dallied a little bit.
Rosicki ricochets back to Jääskeläinen, who's out quickly to smother. Just wonder about the way he went out to smother with his boot raised pretty high. Didn't want to be on the end of that. Jääskeläinen has time to gather his thoughts this time. Anelka jumped for it with Stelios. Whose call was it? Adebayor. Rosicki. With Diaby. Toure. Juve. Juve. He's a tester of a ball, but Gilberto had time to cushion it down and Almunia made it hit.
It's calmness personified, Gilberto Silva.
And Almunia launches all the way through to his opposite number, Jääskeläinen. And just calming down after a lightning start to the second half. Proper FA Cup fare. Bolton is the cry from the home supporters.
Well, I think we can get the gist of Sam Allardyce's half-time team talk, can't we?
I didn't hear the sound of flying teacups from 3 floors down.
No, I don't think it would have been that guy, but I think it would be very much sort of, you know, the last 3 minutes of the half, you need to replicate for this half now.
Kleb. Dancer, the way he keeps his balance. Rosicki gives it away, but Campo has slipped and lost it. Adebayor finds Clichy. Where did he come from? Left back with endless reserves of energy. Cross wasn't so clever. Nolan clears it. Nolan clears it to no man's land.
Well, in one way, get it out of the penalty area, but then, of course, it comes straight back.
Here's Kleb. Julio Baptista holds on and finds Diaby. Rosicki. Kleb. Pass speed. Keeps on going, is hauled down by Ben Haim. We haven't had a booking yet. Looks as though that's going to continue.
Well, that should be a yellow card. There's absolutely no way that he was going to play the ball, and Kleb was always going to be upended by Tal Ben Haim. I think Mr. Foy's been extremely generous to him.
A little tug at the shoulder and then a kick at the shin. Arsenal free kick. Free kick that Julio Baptista is threatening to take charge of. Hit one in the first half that deflected off the wall and was palmed over the top by Jääskeläinen. Toure can hit them. The wall is set and Adebayor is the Arsenal part of it. Making a nuisance of himself. It's Julio Baptista, and it's straight down Jääskeläinen's throat.
Well, Baptista made a gesticulation that he wasn't particularly happy with something, but he stuck it into Jääskeläinen's midriff, didn't he?
Julio Baptista. In went Ben Haim. Danielson. Kleb. Julio Baptista stays onside but doesn't have the pace to get there.
Oh, even Campo was lucky. It was just the wrong side of Baptista.
Campo definitely didn't have the pace to get there. Mate. Juve spirals down to the floor as if caught by Clichy, and that is the call.
Yeah, he's got his free kick. Well, if you don't book, tell Ben Hayoum you're not going to book Gael Clichy, are you? Or are you?
Well, he's kept his cards in his pocket. Bolton try and load the box. It's Campo to curve one in. Joru climbed highest to head away. Anelka. This time, Julio Baptista got it clear. Kleb. Mate had stayed forward after the free kick. Nolan now finds El Hadj Diouf. 3 white shirts in the middle. Diouf might want to go himself, and does. Mate in the way and offside as he blocked it.
Yeah, Campo made a brilliant run around the outside as well, and I think Diouf in the end just used him, didn't he? He was shown inside, he took that route. In the end it becomes a waste because obviously Bolton are offside.
Almunia. This is Mete. Turned to him by Gardner. Flags up against Diouf.
You do get the feeling, certainly, that Bolton have committed the 3 up front now, don't they? Diouf and Stelios.
And it very nearly paid off. This was the incident when Almunia was forced to stretch and tip the ball away and then clattered into Stelios. Not for me.
No.
Some of the Bolton fans are still discussing that incident. Here's Adebayor. Rosicki. Jaskalainen. It's not his greatest clearance. Freddie Ljungberg is getting himself warmed up and ready for his return to action now. The RB. Pretty frantic game to come into and test that hamstring. A lot calmer for Arsenal if they can score a second. Anybody's tie right now. Renewed enthusiasm and never say die spirit about Bolton in this second half. I don't think we expected anything else. Had to go for it. Joru. Danielson. Here's Ricardo Gardner. Speed. Mete, it's into the Arsenal half at the feet of Joru, who's given it away. And Dranik scrapping. And although he brought down Joru, he'd already been fouled by Danielson. Free kick goes to Bolton. Received praise from his manager Sam Allardyce this week, and Dranik Teimourian, for the way he's quickly adapted to English football. Sam bought him initially as one for the future, but he's forced his way into the first team picture now. Ben Hayoum. Catching practice for Almunia.
Strange for him to take it and not be on the end of it.
There's Clichy. Boy, can he get forward. Abu Diaby is further forward, and Jaskalainen has got it just. Waited for it. Could have been a painful one for him too. Away go Bolton. The breakneck pace continues. Diouf. And Dranik. Well to hold off Diaby. Anelka has gone for goal. Just drifted wide, just for a second. Looked as though it might test Manuel Almunia.
Well, it was a minimum backlift, wasn't it? Left his foot as well, so quickly. I think Bolton a little fortunate at the other end guy with Diaby here, with this one. Just seemed to lose his bearings, yet this is a strange touch that he has here.
That's the reaction action of the Gunners' boss.
I think he touched it with his left when he was waiting for it to come along to his right, wasn't he? Maybe it was that rarefied air in the opposition penalty box.
Diaby is the former Auxerre midfielder who's only just back from a broken ankle, sustained at Sunderland back in the spring at the tail end of last season. Fit enough again, that's for sure. Strong, described as being in the Vieira mould. I don't think he's quite in that class yet.
No.
There's Kolo Touré. Been class for Arsenal for quite a few seasons now. Claire. Gardner takes it off him and finds Meta. Ben Haim. Down accusing him of the pitch as he miskicked that forward.
Two centre-backs there, can't keep on the island.
There's actually a new pitch here at the Reebok. It's only the second game that's been played on it. Wish my lawn looked like that in February. Ben Haim finds Mete. Anelka. Juve. Touré tries to keep him outside the box. Juve twists his way inside. Touré's not done with him yet. Up goes Stelios. This is Campo! Side netting. Claims the corner, not going to get it. Desperately claims it.
No, he's definitely not getting it. Good play by Juve as well, and stood the second one up. Stelios almost jumped underneath the ball, knowing that Campo was behind him. Corner it was.
Touch behind by Almunia.
Yeah.
Not sure whether it was creeping inside, but if it was a good save. I think it would have gone wide anyway.
I think it was definitely going wide.
Campo. Cut out by Danielson. Julio Baptista. Rosicki. Adebayor. Turns away from Andronic. Adebayor. Mete to chip the ball up in Anelka's direction. Touré all over the back of him, and Anelka then jumps into Danielson. Touré bustles his way through the crowd. This is Rosicki. Danielson. Arsenal back to playing keep ball again. Just slowing the pace of the tie down a little. Trying to take the sting out of Bolton's attempted fight back. Julio Baptista, the second goal would certainly take the sting out. And he's got past Ben Haim and goes down, it's a penalty. Chance for Arsenal to wrap the game up.
Well, the first thing you have to say, what a fantastic position the referee Chris Foy is in. Just cuts inside, tell Ben Haim, he just seems to dangle a leg out. You know exactly where he's going to go here, coming inside. Great swift of the hips, and did he catch the ball at the same time? The referee says not.
This might tell us.
No, nothing of the ball.
It's a hack at the shins. Julio Baptista running at Ben Haim, made life difficult. What a chance for Arsenal's captain. It's Gilberto Silva to try and give Arsene Wenger's Gunners one big advantage, and he hasn't. Oh dear! Could that be a big turning point in this FA Cup tie? It is a wild penalty from the Brazilian Gilberto.
Well, that is well and truly missed. Dear oh dear. That's on the M61.
Might be in Preston by now.
Wrong way.
Struck with some ferocity, but little direction.
Now you just wonder, Guy, whether that can lift Bolton.
Well, last night's fourth-round replay between Middlesbrough and Bristol City was a tale of missed penalties, twists and turns, this way and that. Might be a few more in this one yet. Certainly the Bolton crowd really believe after that. Gardner. Juve ran into Joru. Here's Rosicki. Flagger stayed down and Jaskalainen went down and came out at the speed of light.
I'm sure for a split second his heart was in his mouth, Jaskalainen, because if he misses there, it's, well, catches the player, it's off, and arguably 2-0.
Arsenal missed one chance to kill the game off. There surely will be more.
It certainly lifted the home crowd, that missed penalty.
Diaby. Toure. This is El Hadj Diouf. And Elka. And Danielson. Can't quite find Julia Baptista. Mate made sure of that. This is Tal Ben Haim. He'll be a happy Bolton player. Diouf. Good positive play from El Hadj Diouf, no end product.
Good tackle by Kleb as well in his own penalty area.
And it's out of play for a Bolton throw. Speed. And Elka allowed to turn and face goal. Couldn't pick out Stelios though. Campos treading water as he tries to hold off Clichy.
Good experienced pro, those got his body in the way.
Plenty of it. Gardner. Bounces awkwardly away from the knees of Diouf. Danielson. All of a sudden, the 1- and 2-touch passing is breaking down. Diouf. Andranik. Gardner. Plenty of space on the right. Mate didn't look that way. Anelka drifting out of the box, getting himself more and more involved. Diouf. Nolan's in there. Almunia climbs high above his teammate Clichy to catch. And he's in a real hurry to get the ball downfield to Adebayor. Rosicki. Diaby is making the forward run alongside him. Rosicki held on and couldn't slot it through, but he was fouled. The referee was right next to that too.
Just seemed for a split second as Andranik got something over the ball.
Indicates they must wait for the whistle. It's one way out.
I think Toure fancies a shot at this.
It's going to be teed up for one. Toure, well, as about as I hits it, but he didn't really.
He's trying to take it too hard.
Worth another look for us. Friends and family of Kolo Toure look away now. Was ambitious.
Yeah, but it's dark, isn't it? Oh, it's a bit cold. And
Gardner. Gilberto heads away. I'm sure that penalty miss is still hurting him. Normally such a cool customer.
well, and a good finisher as well this season.
8 goals this season, Gilberto, and 3 of those have been penalties. The job again. Little mark under his right eye there too. Wouldn't come to Bolton, not expect to have taken a few scars. El Hadj Diouf looks bemused by the decision that's gone against him there. That is the cause of his displeasure. He doesn't feel he made any particular contact with Kleb.
Just the 3 times.
Danielson. He and Diaby have not been allowed to stamp their authority on the midfield as much in this second half. And in goes Gary Speed once again to break up a potential Arsenal move. But he hasn't opened up a Bolton one. This is Toure. Runs into Gardner. Flag was up at the other end of the field.
Yeah, the flag was up against Anelka, which was a slightly strange decision, bearing in mind that Toure was coming out with the ball. Oh well. Communication is the key.
Adebayor held off by Mate. 20 minutes to go. Bolton Wanderers 0, Arsenal 1. FA Cup fourth round replay with Blackburn Rovers lying in wait. Arsenal having missed a penalty in the second half. Gilberto blazing high and wide.
Yeah, Bolton have been much better, haven't they, in the second half, most certainly. Certainly possessing more of a threat.
Nolan. This is Stelios. And Gary Speed. This is Mate. Lost his footing. Danielson and crunched into by Gary Speed. A few tackles flying in now. There's Sam Allardyce. Just caught a glimpse of him. He's come downstairs. He's right on the touchline. He's screaming at the referee.
This is a yellow card for Tel Ben Haim. The referee's saying to him, I could have booked you on the edge of the penalty area. It's for persistent foul in this.
It's yellow card of the night, and it's going to go to the Bolton defender eventually.
Oh, he's walking away, isn't he? Gary Speed having to send him back.
Foy comes across to confirm his punishment.
Yeah, it wasn't just for that tackle. That's what upset Sam, that
Absolutely.
tackle.
Pretty much nothing, was it? Totting up basis.
Exactly.
Can see why Big Sam got himself all hot under the collar. Danielson finds Clichy.
I think referees have been much in the news in the last few weeks and months. Chris Foy's done extremely well tonight.
And a game that's been played at such a pace throughout too.
With lots of tackles, Guy, arguably more than in the Premiership.
And we've only seen one yellow card, and we're now into the 73rd minute. Mate. Nolan. That's too much of Andranik.
Well, the other thing as well is obviously didn't get a shout on him, but he could have turned and therefore started to run at Arsenal's back four.
A pretty quiet game, the Bolton skipper.
For him.
Able to read all about it on his column on the BBC website, bbc.co.uk/football. It's an interesting read at times, tell you what he gets up to, and you can fire in some questions for him too, within reason. This is Gardner. Andranik couldn't collect it.
Well, the problem was for Andranik that the pass had to be absolutely inch perfect to put him in.
Mooney in lazy fashion sprayed the ball downfield. Used Adebayor to battle for it. Ben Haim and Campo just in conversation there.
Well, the problem was they weren't in conversation a few seconds before, were they?
First Bolton Wanderers change of the night is imminent. It looks as though they're going to inject a little more pace into the final third of the field. Off goes Stelios, well, he's played his part, deflected in Adebayor's goal, and then blocked one that looked goal-bound from Andranik at the other end before hitting the bar. On in his place is the young Portuguese striker Ricardo Vazte, who is quick. Very quick. Big Sam and Little Sam try and conjure up a plan to get back into this.
Sounds like a CBeebies programme.
In goes Ben Haim, has to time all his challenges to perfection now. That one wasn't so bad from Rosicki either.
At the moment, Vaztey looks, he's just going to come and play on the left-hand side of the attacking three.
Yeah, Diouf on the right, and Elka still down the middle. Joru denies Vaztey the first chance to run with the ball. Adebayor, it's a lovely touch for Kleb. Zandranik, who looks so full of energy, he's still charging around trying to win it for Bolton. Nolan. El Hadj Diouf. Holds off Clichy. Not for long though. And he plays it back off Diouf for the goal kick. Great work from Clichy.
Well, we haven't seen the best of Arsenal in this half, but largely due in part to the way Bolton have been very, very good. I think second half they got much closer to Arsenal. They got the tackles in. They've won, if not the first ball, they've certainly won the second, and they've created problems as well for Arsenal. Just needs a break, doesn't he?
This is Bolton Wanderers' first home cup tie of the season. Such have been the draws in the Carling Cup and FA Cup. Don't want it to be their last. They want Blackburn to come here on Saturday. Got to score for that to have a chance of happening. There's Kleb.
Just wonder whether Wenger himself might react to the Bolton change of his own.
Diaby looked to have overrun it, but used his strength against speed. This is Clichy. Adebayor. Not sure he wanted the return ball from Rosicki.
Not round his hips, anyway.
Diouf. Tried to play it to Gardner. It was all too casual. Adebayor. Plenty of room for Clichy here. Fit and under the shadow of Ashley Cole this season. Very much the first choice left back for Arsenal now. Not a dissimilar type of player, greyhound pace.
Just needs the games, therefore the experience.
Joru finds Kleb. Joru. Threaded through the eye of a needle for Gilberto. Adebayor coming back from an offside position. Bolton asked for it and got it. Arsenal change, Alexander Kleb just back from a hamstring injury. And here's another player to take his place. Freddie Ljungberg hasn't been seen in an Arsenal shirt since mid-December. He's been beset by injury for the last couple of seasons. Longest serving player on the pitch now to try and see off the job. Junior Baptista couldn't work her way through to Rosicki. This is Gary Speed now. And Vaztey. Up against Clichy, a rising shot, kept on rising.
There needed to be some strike to beat Almunia from there as well at that angle. Really, you know, with Bolton, apart from the throw-in towards the end of the first half where they caused all sorts of mayhem in Arsenal's box, generally they haven't been as prolific, have they, in terms of making chances out of the set pieces.
Just hearing from down on the touchline that it is a reoccurrence of Alexander Kleb's hamstring injury that's forced him off a little prematurely.
Well, he made a gesture to Arsene Wenger that it was tightening up, didn't he?
Ivan Campo. Vaztey will get there. Played it straight against Gilberto, who has enough about him to prevent the corner. Vaztey's got it back again. Diouf up for this. Joru up higher, behind for a corner.
Now, you just want this in underneath the crossbar. Don't foul the goalkeeper.
And Arsenal pull every outfield player back into the penalty area to defend. Almunia tries to get there, he's got a glove to it under real pressure. And now out come Arsenal, streaking out. Adebayor can't quite get a boot to it. Ljungberg up there with him. Ben Haim with an important touch. The danger's not clear yet though. Julio Baptista deflected behind, corner.
How quick was that break? Amazing, isn't it? Almunia did really well. Wasn't the best of punches, but it was good enough to set them on the way. And Tel Baimi, if anything, just delayed the Arsenal surge.
Experienced knees of Gary Speed.
I think he was getting out of the way.
Blocking Baptista's shot. 10 to go. Arsenal still a goal to the good. Danielson in. And Jääskeläinen read the flight of the ball well enough. And away go Bolton. We might see more Arsenal breaks like that because Bolton have got to take risks. Vaste brought down by Ljungberg. Just feeling his way back into the pace. 3 times an FA Cup winner. The gesticulating is getting more frantic. The language is getting more choice.
Well, he's on to Abdullah Mate. He wants him in. Now this position on the edge of the penalty area that you'll see. Look.
Ben Haim's chip. Always looked likely to be an Arsenal head to meet it. Speed. Anelka. In the direction of Vaste. It's easy enough for Joru. This is El Hadj Diouf. Ljungberg in his way, can't stop him. Diouf in. Kneed away by Toure.
Well, Diouf had done the hard bit. And he went past Ljungberg easily and then just failed really with the cross.
Bolton long throw. It was from this sort of position that caused all sorts of panic for Arsenal at the end of the first half. Toure heads away, so does Ljungberg. Diouf. That's Ljungberg again. Good ball into. This is Anelka. Now Ivan Campo goes down, looked as though he dived, and he's going to be carded. I think Chris Foy's got that spot on.
Great refereeing. Great refereeing. There's no argument from Campo either. He played for a penalty. He knew exactly what he was doing. Look at that. Oh yes, thank you.
Just hung a leg out, and I think Rosicky was trying to get out of his way.
Could have put his wash in with it. Look, he's laughing. Yeah, well, you got to try, haven't you?
Take that one for the team, Ivan. Would he have confessed had that been given?
See.
Afterwards. Diouf. Ljungberg. Diaby. Andranik can't take it off him. Diaby did it for Bolton. Nolan just under Sol Campo, who had to get there on time.
He was getting there, wasn't he?
Gilberto. Julio Baptista can't keep the ball in play. 7 minutes to go, and it's a double Bolton Wanderers change. The last 2 cards are being played by Sam Allardyce. Idan Tal, the Israeli international, and Henrik Pedersen, the Dane, are coming on. Off goes the Iranian Andranik Teimourian. He's done a shift tonight. Covered a lot of ground. On comes Idan Tal in his place. And the other change is seeing Ricardo Gardner replaced. And on comes Henrik Pedersen, who has scored a couple of goals for Bolton against Arsenal. Went on as a substitute, both equalizers. Doesn't mean he's going to do it again. But he has done it before for Bolton. on Bolton's side. Appeals for handball against Diaby given. Juve thought about taking the free kick quickly, his teammates called for calm. Load that box again. Arsenal's defence trying to push the Bolton attackers to the very edge. And speed back into the mix. Almunia stays rooted to his line. Ricochets off Nolan. Clichy steadies himself to volley away. Campo, lost out. Adebayor is through, and Emmanuel Adebayor could take Arsenal through to the 5th round here. Oh, incredibly, he hasn't. One of the misses of the season. Everything but score.
The only thing you can think, until Ivan Campo comes off the bottom of his studs and he goes around the goalkeeper so easily. Does it just sit up a little bit on him? No, not really.
Bolton's still in this. Juve. Almunia climbs high to catch. Well, Arsenal have missed a penalty in this second half. This is a worse miss.
Yeah.
Keeping the magic alive for the neutral and for Bolton. Adebayor took an age to get himself back to his feet as he trotted back to the halfway line after missing that. Juve. Ljungberg. Here goes Juve and Tal. Speed. Be more than a couple of Arsenal red faces if Bolton are going on to equalise here. Juve. Tal. Went down, held by Diaby. He's absolutely furious about it. He's got the free kick.
Exactly.
This does represent another big chance for Bolton Wanderers. Elhadj Diouf delivers this time. Really difficult one to defend, and credit Almunia.
Very good, great punch.
Ben Haim. Into Campo. And Arsenal have got everybody back.
Sorry, Gary. Campo wouldn't have known, but Nolan was right behind him in a fantastic position just to side foot this cross into the net.
Now Campo in a hurry to hurl one in. It's an acrobatic tumble from Clichy, pushed by Mate, and he wanted to make sure everybody spotted it.
Yeah. The opportunity was undoubtedly the one before.
2.5 minutes of the 90 to go. The only goal we've seen so far. Emmanuel Adebayor. Way back when, in the 13th minute of the game. Missing his dancing partner tonight, Thierry Henry. Missing a big chance to make it 2-0 Arsenal just a few moments ago. Maste. Ricochets back off the Bolton man. It's going to be a goal kick. He's furious. All the white-shirted Bolton players are having a word.
He's not happy. This will tell us. Goal kick, that's right.
And Chris Foy hasn't got much wrong tonight.
And he's been excellent, hasn't he? Very, very good indeed. And the manner in which he's refereed the game also.
Well, as you've mentioned, Mark, blood and thunder stuff at times, and there's 2 names in the book. That's ambitious. Jeskalainen just saw it swerving about a little. Seemed to make a meal of it. Pedersen. Free kick's gone against Bolton. Another chance ends. Some Bolton supporters have decided that that's probably it for the night.
Well, I think it's Idan Talu. I think the referee thinks he raises his hands as probably Diaby's about to, or Djourou makes the header. don't try and lip read at the moment.
I think I got the gist. Punts away. Deep inside the 90th minute now. Chances running out for Bolton. Arsenal giving them chances to stay in this FA Cup. This tie isn't over yet. Arsene Wenger fully aware of the threat Bolton could pose in this 3 minutes of stoppage time that's added on.
Well, also you think he's thinking missed penalty, the missed opportunity by Adebayor as well.
Ivan Campo. Diaby heads away. Spaniard puts it back in. Speed. Pedersen. Ljungberg just sliding enough to put it out of play. 2.5 minutes of injury time to go. That's another 30 minutes of Bolton score. Pedersen's hung up a good cross there. Campo's in there, and Almunia has to touch it over the top.
No, it's a looping header by Campo, wasn't it? Decent far post cross as well by Pedersen. He has to deal with this Almunia.
Wasn't sure. Here comes Jussi Jääskeläinen. Extra bodies in the box. Campo in. Meite's finished it. Bolton a level.
Well, you know, when this corner comes in, I think Campo's completely unmarked at the far post, completely unmarked, and he just directs it back across goal.
Bolton equalise in injury time. The tie is going to extra time, and Arsenal have been made to pay for not putting this tie to bed. It's Abdoulaye Meite, who was a major doubt for the game through injury.
There's two Bolton players there at the far post that can head it. It's Campo, and again, when he heads it back across goal, Meite's just in a great position. Thank you very much. Here we go.
Look what it means to Sam Allardyce and the legions on the Bolton bench. What a time for Abdoulaye Meite to score his first goal in English football.
It's absolutely amazing how many players were there free just to head the ball back in.
Bolton Wanderers 1, Arsenal 1. A missed penalty from Gilberto, a missed sitter from Emmanuel Adebayor. Here's Diaby. Danielson, who's had a quiet second half, he's shone, stood out in the first. It's been the way Bolton have come back. Rosicki. This is Clichy. Caste did enough. And Clichy's touched it out, it's a Bolton throw.
Well, as you will know, you're always vulnerable. Only 1-0 in front, all the chances you have, especially at this place. Might well shake his head.
One frustrated Frenchman. One delighted Englishman. This is El Hadj Diouf. Is there to be one last chance? Still Diouf goes on and tumbles in instalments. I think he ran out of steam.
Yeah, I know. It was just fatigue, wasn't it? You know, he's couldn't do anything else.
Legs went from underneath him. Chris Foy's a fit referee. Kept up with it, it's right from the word go. And that's it. That's it for normal time. Extra time is coming your way because of Abdoulaye Meite's late equaliser for Bolton Wanderers. Thanks, Gary. And an Arsenal substitution for the start of extra time. Thomas Rosicki has made way for Jeremy Aliadier. 4 goals in the Carling Cup this season for Arsenal. They need him to make his mark on the FA Cup.
Well, I won't think this is going to be a dull extra time, Guy, because we've got so many attacking players on the pitch now.
Another nice touch from the two captains. The game has been played by and large in that spirit.
Yes, definitely.
And this is the 10th time that Arsenal and Bolton have been drawn to face each other in the FA Cup. 3 times they've gone to a replay. Only one of those has gone to extra time, and Bolton won it. 4th round 13 years ago.
That's all out of that.
You don't feel the chill when you've just seen your side claw back a game that seemed done and dusted. Look at Gary Speed, he's got the legs of an 18-year-old all of a sudden. Might be his last chance. Runner-up in the FA Cup with Newcastle in 1998, lost in the final to Arsenal, and 1999. Bolton Wanderers are still very much in the FA Cup. Vastey's had the first big shot of the second half. This is Gael Clichy, seen off by Speed.
There's quite a few Arsenal supporters, obviously, at their end who are coming back in. I think they were off. Start your car job, wasn't it?
Yeah, quite a few seats were tipping up just towards the end. But the Bolton Wanderers fans are back inside the ground and they're all singing, all dancing now. Sam's got himself calmed down and attuned to the task again. Arsenal making another change. Their 3rd and final one. Justin Hoyt's coming on. And Johan Djourou is coming off. Straight swap at right back. Justin Hoyt was saying this week that when he's not playing, he sits and sings with the Arsenal fans when watching. Halo had his head in his hands like the bulk of them when Bolton equalised, I would presume that. Helped on towards Juve. It was cleared away by Toure. Campo. Vastey. Nolan. Gilberto stood in his way. Anelka. This is Gary Speed. Tal. Juve. Idan Tal with a chance to pull one back. And Gilberto had plenty of time and space to head it away. Anelka. Ivan Campo. Bolton with the throw, and just like the start of the first and second halves, it's all Bolton in the early stages in the first period of extra time. And another long throw for Arsenal to try and defend. Ivan Campo needn't have tried to get that penalty earlier. There's Ali Adier back there to head away. Julio Baptista's touch on. Adebayor got the better of Henrik Pedersen. And the support is arriving now. Pedersen's won round 2. Anelka. Ran into Kolo Toure, or more accurately, Toure stood across him.
Yeah, bought the foul, didn't he? Clever play.
Idan Tal stands over the ball. The Israeli fires in, but the Spanish goalkeeper catches at his leisure. And isn't happy about Ricardo Vastey just trying to make his mark.
Bit of an Iberian war there.
There's one of Bolton's most famous fans, Amir Khan, a boxer in his box. His team seemed on the ropes, but what a way to come back. Be nice if he watched. It's pretty exciting, this, Amir.
He's probably watching on the telly.
Pedersen. Diaby. Ivan Campo. temporarily stopped Ali Adier. This is Abu Diaby. Danielson. And Ljungberg. Diaby. Nielsen's effort is blocked. And he gives it away to Idan Tar. The ball toing and froing. Toure. Stepping on the power. Running into Pedersen. Ljungberg. It's Clichy. Ali Adier. Julio Baptista finds Diaby. Long spell of Arsenal possession.
This is the best spell since the end of the first half, basically, from Arsenal.
No way through, though, yet. Ljungberg maybe now. He's got there all right. Meite's able to head behind for a corner. Danielson, who's spotted the ball up, just waiting for Kolo Toure to arrive into the packed penalty area. The customary pushing and shoving. Juve jumps into Ljungberg, make sure he can't get a header back into the box. Look at Bolton streaking forward with Meite. Through towards Anelka. And Bolton scream for a penalty. At least the supporters do, and Anelka only half-assed for it. Didn't look a great shout.
No, it was a good challenge, wasn't it?
Ben Haim. Meite. Tal. This is Vaste. Skipped away from Ali Adier. Managed to shield the ball away from Gilberto too. El Hadj Diouf. Free in the box for him. There's Nolan! Off the post and away by Toure. Well, just for a second it looked as though it was creeping inside.
I'm not sure, Guy, whether that might have just come off Gilberto, you know.
May well have done.
Might have just had the last touch.
Nolan was at full stretch. So was Almunia and couldn't get there. Now the ball's out.
Well, the game's getting better as well, isn't it? Getting more stretched out. Lovely little ball in as well. Yeah, I think it comes off Gilberto Silva.
Definitely does.
Oh, lucky boy. Closer that time than the penalty.
Yeah, missed penalty and own goal. Wouldn't be his Valentine's night to remember. Pedersen. Anelka. Did well to get that across. Ali Adier not sure. Toure hesitant. Ricochets all over the place. Campo. This is Gary Speed. And Anelka has done really well to control that. Now taking on Hoyt. Runs it too close to Danielson. And Danielson will carry the ball away along with a flail of the elbow. He then gives it away. He started to look tired, the Arsenal teenager.
Yeah, started to look leggy, isn't he? I don't know if you saw it at the start of...
Here's Pedersen. Hoyt's fallen over. Pedersen looking for Juve. Couldn't quite climb high enough up against Clichy. This now is Ali Adier.
Just before extra time, they had a fantastic huddle, Bolton. They're all in there, the coaching staff, the whole lot. It was a real sort of tight huddle, a real togetherness, and they've started extra timing exactly that way. Very, very good with each other.
Ljungberg looking for Adebayor here. He's going to battle against two Bolton players. Meite has seen him off. Ben Haim finishes the job. Here is Meite. Won't be feeling that calf strain now. Scored the goal that's kept Bolton in the cup. Julio Baptista. Diaby. Baptista. Adebayor. And he's held off by Abdoulaye Meite. Little bit of an exchange between the pair as Jääskeläinen cleared. Starting to be a fractious feel to the game as Anelka is caught offside here.
Yeah, just went a little bit early, unfortunately.
Just to confirm to you that the 10 o'clock news will be a little late tonight and will follow this enthralling FA Cup fourth round replay. The rest of extra time and the possibility of penalties to come. Baptista. Ali Adier. Deflected. And it's going to be a corner. No, goal kick.
Came off his own man. I think Campo's making that point to
Chris Foy wasn't sure, was he, at first?
No.
Looked across to his linesman.
Come off Diaby.
It did. Exciting extra time minutes played. Bolton 1, Arsenal 1. Bolton with the best chances. It was Arsenal's captain who deflected that one against the post. Understated reaction from Allardyce. It's quite a big reaction in the background from Lee.
Sound like a firm of solicitors, doesn't it? Allardyce and Lee.
Speed. That's Danielson, finding Ali Adier. Campo forced to back away, retreat into his own penalty area. It's come off Vasté for an Arsenal corner.
They're starting to pose a few problems. Ali Adier running at Campo.
No more substitutions left for either side. However tired those out on the field are, they're going to have to go on to the end. He's feeling it a bit. Keeping tabs there on Ali Adier. The corner is deep. Jääskeläinen wasn't sure, and the whistle has gone in Bolton's favour anyway. And the free kick is taken swiftly. Everything in this game's been done swiftly. Kevin Nolan. Pedersen. Almost fell flat in his face in his efforts to get there.
Oh, so unlucky, wasn't it? He'd asked for the ball about 30 seconds previous, got himself back in an onside position in the end, just couldn't quite get there.
Danielson. Cut out by Campo. Collected by Speed. Even Campo again. Two golden oldies in the Bolton side play between themselves.
When you consider Gary Speed was touch and go this morning, whether he's going to be fit, and unbelievable energy.
Still got enough left for a blast towards referee and linesman too. Clichy took a risk against Anelka. And Anelka has won the ball and been wrestled to the floor by Gael Clichy. Used all of his experience there. Were Bolton to come from behind and win this, what a sweet moment it would be for Nicolas Anelka. An FA Cup winner, an FA Cup final goal scorer in his Arsenal days. Would just be an FA Cup story if he got the winner. Diouf will take the free kick. Plenty in there to try and finish it. And Almunia saves as Gary Speed climbed out of the crowd to head towards goal.
Yeah, redirected the ball basically, unfortunately right into the arms of Almunia.
Pedersen just missed it. Tar. Pedersen's calling for Vasté to make the run. Instead he did it himself, and Vasté used his trickery to beat Ljungberg. That was beautifully done by the Portuguese whiz kid. And the pullback, fortunately for him, couldn't find a white shirt, only Manuel Almunia.
Great run that one, sort of in his own half.
Danielson. Ljungberg.
Well, they've completely lost the fluency, Arsenal, haven't they? I mean, quite rightly so, was singing the praises up in the first half. I thought they were excellent, and in the second half, certainly, and even into extra time now, not so.
This is Diaby, and he's threatening to go through alone. Julio Baptista! Cross or shot, you decide.
I think it was a mixture of the two. On his left foot as well, there was no great... When the ball comes across, it's a really good play by Arsenal as well. Lovely run there to take the defender away. There's no great confidence. Look at the body language. It's neither one nor t'other, is it? No, it's not.
Man known as the Beast or the Tank. It's got a couple more nicknames now. First half of extra time coming towards a close. And it's been no less exciting than the 90 minutes that preceded it.
Yeah, we've just seen the Arsenal threat, haven't we? Even when not playing particularly well.
How many chances now to win it? There it is. First period is up. Time for Big Sam to try and rally the troops one last time. Julio Baptista looks relaxed enough as he brushes some of the brand new Bolton turf off his boots. He should have been away and celebrating with that last big chance to win it just a few moments ago. Well, certainly put Arsenal very much in the driving seat to winning it. Bolton, it seems, never know how to lie down or when to. Free kick goes against them. Dantal registers his displeasure.
A little bit fortunate. Denilson's delighted he got a free kick. He looked as though the ball was pinched away from him by Dantal.
Nolan. Speed. This is Ricardo Vazte. Anelka just had to check his run. Diouf. Pedersen powering up alongside him. Diouf is trying to pick out Vazte. Gilberto there to head away. Gary Speed. Ivan Campo. Diouf will go for that one. Hoyt will head it away. And Ljungberg is beaten off the ball by Henrik Pedersen. In goes Vazte. Gilberto got a leg to it.
Yeah, an important leg as well.
Went for a Bolton throw. It's been a pattern. First half, second half. Start of both periods of extra time. Bolton come out of the traps the quickest. Here they go again with Anelka. Dantal appeals for handball. Chris Foy didn't see anything wrong with that. No shout for anything now. Julio Baptista. Aliadia ghosted past a couple of challenges. Managed to keep his wits about him to keep Arsenal in possession with Julio Baptista. Diaby goes for the long drive. Jaskalainen shows great awareness about the height of his goal there.
Yeah, most definitely. He thought about getting up there and tipping it over, and no, great judgment. Tipped one over very late on Sunday against Fulham. That could have got Fulham a point here.
It was a fantastic save, wasn't it? Might be called upon to make a few more saves in a penalty shootout before the night is done. There's Vazte. Number of chances in this game. It's a little premature to talk about penalties yet. Aliadia, very neatly done. He's got a pair of the freshest legs on the pitch. Poke through for Ljungberg. Ljungberg shot. Ljungberg's goal. Arsenal lead.
Well, this is all down to a fantastic run by Aliadia. Just running and ghosting past Bolton players, extremely tired players. When the ball comes into Ljungberg as well, it's just the most precise of finishes. It's a long time since we've seen Ljungberg burst into the opposition penalty area and finish with aplomb. Here's a reminder.
His first appearance since December. His first goal since way back in August. What an important one for Arsenal, made by AET. What about the finish?
What about the first touch as well? He's away from goal and hits it very, very early. Jääskeläinen has no chance.
Look what the FA Cup means. Arsene Wenger has tasted success as a manager in this competition 4 times. Let's not forget, he's not even an Englishman, but he knows about the history of this competition. Arsenal, a club loaded with history in this competition. And again, they have the advantage. This time, can they keep it?
It was a class goal, wasn't it? Absolutely class goal. Created and finished by 2 of the 3 substitutions.
There's a man who's played in 4 FA Cup finals, Freddie Ljungberg.
Just can't get near him, Bolton, can they? This touch and then early. It's brilliant.
Sheer class from the Swede. His Arsenal career did look as though it was coming to an end. He's had his injury worries over the last 2 years. There was even talk of a January move. Might have happened had he been fully fit. Arsenal's longest-serving player. He's given them a foot in the 5th round.
Problem as well now for Bolton guys to get the ball back.
Adebayor. Diaby wasn't expecting that, caught on his heels. Ben Haim. This is Idan Tar. Ljungberg. Goes down under challenge of Tal. Arsenal free kick. Danielson sees the chance to play it all the way out to AET, who can take plenty of time. Adebayor. Julio Baptista. Adebayor is dispossessed. Clichy. Back to Almunia. Almunia takes no time in blasting it forward to Julio Baptista. And now AET. Have Bolton got anything left in them to start snapping into those tackles again? Doesn't matter if they lose 3 or 4. Julio Baptista. This is Gael Clichy. Only Ljungberg up there. Clichy holds on. Holds off Mete. Adebayor. Danielson. Baptista. Juve coming in to challenge him. Adebayor tries to put the Arsenal machine into forward gear again. Hoyt. Easy run from the England under-21 international. Now Ljungberg finds AET, the 2 involved for what looks like might be the winning goal. Let's Bolton have another answer. Ljungberg, gone for it again. Just one for Jääskeläinen to pat down. Is there to be a Bolton break? Ricardo Vazte. Adebayor backtracking with him. And what a good job done by the Arsenal striker. He's seeded out for a goal kick.
Well, he must have run in the region of 80 yards there for his team, for the cause. If only put that one in earlier, he's thinking now.
All in all, though, that miss aside, he's had a great night, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been outstanding.
Another astute Arsene Wenger signing. Adebayor. Tal. This is Mete. Speed. Pedersen. Juve. Really well played. Trying to get past Hoyt. Couldn't succeed first time, but will happily accept the corner. 7 minutes to go. Juve in. Headed away as far as Anelka! Whoa, he got a hold of that.
Oh, his touch as well, his first touch was brilliant, wasn't he? He was on his toes, he was up, chested it down. If anything, he's hit it too well. Yeah. And he goes out saying he has to hit the target from there, but his connection is so good.
How far did it clear the crossbar by? Whisker and a bit.
Yeah. The chance from a corner.
Adebayor. Danielson. Has to wriggle past Tal. 6 minutes is a long time to keep it in the corner. And goes Adebayor again. Managed to take the ball away from Pedersen. Diaby. Gilberto. Ali Adia, past Campo. Up against Ben Haim, past speed. Now Danielson sets his sights, sets them wide.
He somehow weren't convinced he was going to reach with any great power. He's another one who's done extremely well though, lasted the distance. We say he's 18 at the weekend?
19 on Friday. Escaline and clear. Ricardo Vazte. Campo. Anelka, able to turn. And then back the other way too. Diouf. That will go behind. Won't it go out for a throw? Won't even do that. Ali Adiet. Had a very good game since coming on until that pass. Creator of the second Arsenal goal. It stands to be the winner. Gary Speed. Ljungberg. Nielsen to Julio Baptista. Ben Haim has blocked him. Ben Haim already booked. And I think he's seen his last action now. It is a second yellow card for the Israeli international defender.
I knew straight away. Once he committed the foul, he quick sort of cursory glance at the referee and started to walk off. There could be no argument.
Bolton Wanderers down to 10. It is a deliberate foul, he might have gone for that alone. Ben Haim off. Bolton's chances diminished just a little bit further. Second time in his career that he's been sent off for Bolton Wanderers. He's getting a rousing round of applause from the home supporters. Is it Antal?
I mean, Sam Allardyce is frustrated, but there can be no argument with the sending off.
Ljungberg. Is that going to be the final punch in the rib for the 10 men? Ljungberg's down. Arsenal free kick. Bolton will contest and complain about every decision now.
That is harsh.
Arsenal free kick. Just about keeping possession for the Gunners now. And is there a better team in England at keeping possession? Julio Baptista. And he's not been with them long. Forward by Vazte, and Anelka sensed that he was offside. He didn't even have to look.
I just wanted it played earlier.
Sam almost looks resigned to his fate. He never usually is.
No.
Just checked his watch. There's been plenty of talk about time wasting regarding Arsenal. They weren't happy about Wigan's tactics on Sunday. Sam Allardyce has been quick to point out in the build-up to this game they're Pretty adept at killing moments of the game themselves, but their time wasting tonight has been in keeping the ball. Nothing wrong with that. Tal and Campo go for it. Touch behind by Clichy. It's a Bolton corner. It's another chance for Bolton Wanderers to rise from the dead again.
Arsenal nerves jangling. Jääskeläinen's up there as well, look.
El Hadj delivers. Mete climbing. This is Henrik Pedersen. Wouldn't open for the shot. And he's forced wider and wider. Dispossessed by Aliadier. Jääskeläinen is sprinting back desperately. This is Adebayor. He's onside. There's nobody in goal. Brought down by Anelka. Penalty. And a yellow card for Nicolas Anelka.
Well, first off, Anelka does brilliantly just to get back here, and I think he gets the ball. It's whether he gets some of the man as well with it.
It's the legs wrapped around him from behind, isn't it? Did just get a touch on the ball, but the ball now belongs to Arsenal, and so does this FA Cup tie.
Yeah, one or two tempers getting frayed as well.
It is pure frustration on Bolton's part.
It is.
Given everything, about to come away with nothing, and it could finish 3-1. It's Julio Baptista's turn from the penalty spot. And he's repeated Gilberto's trick of earlier. Would you believe it? It shouldn't matter.
Any chance anyone can actually stick it in between the posts in these games?
It'll matter to Julio Baptista. Well, this FA Cup fourth round replay has had just about everything. There can't surely be yet another twist to come. 2 minutes. 2 minutes additional time. Campo hurls in. Danielson heads away. Julio Baptista. Jääskeläinen didn't get forward this time, so he is between his posts. Julio Baptista is threatening to go all the way through. Back comes Vazte. Danielson. Idan Tal wins the ball for Bolton. 1 minute to go. Campo. Pedersen can't get there. Diaby. Now Aliadier. It's walking pace now for many. The legs are going. Clichy. Julio Baptista. Adebayor wants it. Queuing up here, Arsenal. Danielson. Tal gets his boot to it. Ljungberg. If he can keep the ball in the corner, Arsenal win the tie at last. Ljungberg has other ideas and has lost out to Anelka and then brought him crashing down. It's going to be a yellow card for Freddie Ljungberg. Question is, do Bolton have time to get this ball down to the other end of the field? Time's up, it's down to the referee's discretion now. Jääskeläinen. Vazte challenges, Ivan Campo. Up goes Juve. A slip from Tal. Arsenal clear their lines. Baptista and Adebayor are all on their own in the Bolton half. This will surely be it for Arsenal. It's Adebayor. It is now. Bolton 1, Arsenal 3. And Arsenal have gone through to the 5th round of the FA Cup.
Well, it was a sucker punch in terms of the break, but you can understand why Bolton have thrown absolutely everybody forward. I think Kevin Nolan's just got a booking from the referee Chris Foy for berating the linesman on the far side. He was actually claiming that Adebayor was offside after the pass from Baptista, but they shouldn't take away anything from Bolton because they really have been excellent in this cup tie. And at 3-1 now, it looks as though they've been beaten quite easily, which, as we know, is not the true story.
Well, there's a handshake and a smile between Pat Rice and Sam Allardyce. It has been FA Cup football at its very finest tonight at the Reebok Stadium. On Valentine's night, a game chock full of passion, a game chock full of incident.
It's had everything but romance.
And that is full-time and confirmation that it's Arsene Wenger's Arsenal who go through to host Blackburn Rovers in the 5th round live on BBC One on Saturday. Freddie Ljungberg and Emmanuel Adebayor eventually wrapping up an enthralling night in Bolton. Bolton Wanderers 1, Arsenal 3.